All right, everyone, that is game. What is up here today, YouTube? Jigsaw0097 bringing you this video. The Eagles have just defeated the Bears 22-14. And that was a little bit of a nail biter there, guys. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Like, I started to get that feeling in my gut near the end of the game that the Eagles were going to lose the game, but luckily that didn't happen. They made some amazing key third down drives when it all looked bad. You know, you had Miles Sanders getting that amazing third down conversion. Alshon Jeffrey, you know, he put his body at risk to make that third down conversion. And then, of course, Dallas Goedert made probably one of the best ones of the game because did you guys see that block from Jason Kelce? They kind of showed it on there, but like, man, it just shows how valuable Jason Kelce really can be, guys. Like, that dude is like freaking 360 vision radar. I don't know how he sees these players, but he just has like so much vision when it comes to just knowing where players are at, you know, like who's coming after Wentz, you know, whatever, the pressure's closing kind of thing. So, amazing plays by the team overall, guys. I'm very impressed that they were able to rally and get this win in a game that was a little too close for comfort. You know, Nelson Aguilar still dropped a ball. Mac Hollins. Why is Mac Hollins on this team, guys? Jordan Matthews is sitting out there right now as a free agent, and we're using Mac Hollins. So, really, I think this is a great win. This is a fantastic win. It moves the Eagles to 5-4. And barring a Cowboys loss tomorrow, which would be amazing, the Eagles are ahead of the division as of right now. But we all know that's not technically true because we still have to see what happens to the Cowboys since they did beat us. But really, yeah, just some positives of this game, guys. So they started out really hot. That's something the Eagles have been struggling with all season, and they kind of exercised that demon early on in this game. Sorry, I'm making my protein shake while I make this video. That's something the Eagles exercised early on in this game. They were able to get a good hefty start on the Bears. The defense was shutting the Bears down. The Bears just looked flat, guys. They looked so flat in the beginning of this game. I think they had 3 straight 3-and-outs. Like, they said something like the Eagles had already run 20 offensive plays to the Bears 6 before. That was like when they're on their second 3-and-out. So it's like, it just showed this time that Doug came to play. And one thing that I really loved seeing from Doug this time around was that he was pounding the rock early on. He was giving the ball to Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard. You know, you still had Darren Sproles in there, which thank goodness he didn't hurt the momentum, or, you know, because this backfield is special right now with these 2 running backs. But luckily, Darren Sproles was just used mostly on punt return or on special teams, which is what Darren Sproles is the best at. I mean, he hasn't really done much on special teams since like the Chip Kelly days, but he's another one, honestly, guys. I love Darren Sproles. I'm not trying to like throw shade on him, but that's another player that I'm just like, why is he still on this roster when you could be bringing in younger talent? He really is confusing. Like, he's about 2 years past his prime, in my opinion. Even though I do love him. I own a Darren Sproles jersey, guys. Like, he was great. He was one of the best things about the Chip Kelly days, but he really hasn't done anything under Doug Peterson. I mean, he's been injured most of the time. You know, I'm glad he got a ring with us, you know, because he deserves to get a ring with us, but anyway, that's that. Side rant off, sorry. But yeah, they were able to get off to a very good start. The defense looking very good with Jalen Mills and Avonte Maddox back and Ronald Darby back. Like, you know, the defense looking healthy is a good thing, guys. It really is a good thing. And I still wish they would have made some kind of move offensively or defensively, but it's really looking more, honestly, like they should have made an offensive move because Nelson Aguilar, man, I just can't with him anymore. I can't. This is a first-round draft pick, guys. Do you guys remember this? Okay, this was the guy that was supposed to replace Jeremy Maclin back in the day. Chip Kelly let Maclin go, and then they drafted this guy. I think it was like number 26 overall. So he's just not producing. He's really not. He's kind of a bust in a lot of ways. Like, thank you for the Super Bowl clutch passes or clutch catches. Thank you for that year. But I don't know, man. They got to deal him because he's done, in my opinion. Like, you could bring almost anyone else in. I would rather have Jordan Matthews than Nelson Aguilar right now. Jordan Matthews, like I've said in my previous video, he's kind of reminds me of Nick Foles. He's a reliable player that the Eagles can just bring back, and he's fine. And I really didn't like the trade back in the day, but, you know, Ronald Darby, we have him now, and we can also have Jordan Matthews now. So, what the hell, Eagles? That's all I'm going to say. But, yeah, looking good. And then, after halftime, I think it was like 13-0. The Eagles come back. They score another touchdown. They made it 19-0. And that was when the Bears started to make their comeback, or whatever you want to call it. They scored 2 touchdowns in 2 drives, and it was looking pretty bleak. It was 14 to 19. And, you know, that was when I started to get that feeling. Like I said, I was like, oh my gosh, here comes the choke. But it didn't come. Jake Elliott missed an extra point, too. That was annoying, even though he did hit all 3 field goals and the one to win the game. But, yeah, the Eagles then went on that final drive. That was really the key to the game, in my opinion, and it was great to see that they were able to do that, honestly. Against a very tough Bears defense, guys. I'm not throwing anything at the Bears when it comes to that defense. We faced a tough one in Buffalo, but this defense in Chicago is no joke, guys. So that is a huge accomplishment for the Eagles to put up 22 points on that defense. And Khalil Mack, you know, he's a beast. That dude is like the second Fletcher Cox. I don't know. He might be on par with Fletcher Cox. I really don't know. He's just really good. And that whole defensive unit as a whole, really, they're amazing. And so that final drive was really great. Watching Doug, you know, eat the clock, force the Bears to use all their timeouts. And then he gave them like 29 seconds left on the clock to end the game. And, of course, we know what happened. The punt was muffed, and the Eagles recovered. So they won the game. They took the team picture, and they ended up winning 22-14. Amazing win. I'm glad they got it. 5-4. They got the bye week coming up now, and then they got to play the Patriots, guys, and that's going to be a really, really interesting game now. Because you see, if the Eagles had lost this game, it would have just really been just another nut shot for me, you know, like I would start caring less again because, you know, they haven't really been able to string many wins together this year. I think the only time they did it was the Packers to the Jets, but, like, who cares about that? It's the Jets. This is some solid wins. You beat 2 tough defenses in a row. You beat the Bills and you beat the Bears, and now you got to play the GOAT after the bye week. You got to have Carson Wentz go out there and prove that he is on par with what we think of Nick Foles now, because Nick Foles beat the Giant in the toughest stage imaginable, and I can't wait to see how Carson Wentz responds to this challenge, and I hope he proves me wrong of all the things I've said about Wentz. I hope he proves because, guys, I'm not here to hate on the Eagles. I'm just here to keep it real, and if I get proven wrong and the Eagles end up winning, because, like, when I say they're not going to win, hallelujah, guys, hallelujah. That's what I want to see. So anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you guys thought about this game, this win, down below. What you think about the Eagles' chances going forward. They do have a little bit of a tough stretch still, you know. Much needed bye week, but they got to play New England and Seattle back-to-back. And then I think after that it gets pretty cakewalk. We still got the Dolphins to play, you know. We still got teams like that. So if the Eagles can get past these tough teams with, you know, some victories like they did today, It's going to really help the Eagles down the stretch. And the Cowboys still have to play a lot of the teams we already played, guys. Remember that. Cowboys have played their easy teams at the beginning of the season. The Eagles played the tough teams in the beginning of the season. So, yeah, it's still, the year is still going, guys. It's still freaking going. So anyway, that's the video. If you're new to the channel as well, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, to my returning viewers, make sure you are subscribed as well, as YouTube seems to be unsubscribing people, you know, not notifying you when I make videos, which is also why you should hit the notification bell as well. Make sure those two things happen so you guys can continue to support the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are amazing. And with that said, this has been Jigsaw0097. I will talk to you all later. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.